What's going on, people? Anything goes. Back with a long-awaited podcast episode. As you can see, we're joined by one of the
special guests.
One of the old team Blair today.
Special guest man like BA.
Special guest. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
It's good to see you, man, again.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
It's been a while still.
But before we get into this, make sure you're subscribing.
Liking.
Make sure you're liking.
Subscribing.
Comment as well, please.
Nice comments.
Doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
If you wanna
tell us off, tell us off.
If you wanna hate on terror still in the comments, you try to
That's
do that
fine.
on this one as well.
Share your opinions. Share your opinions.
Might not be many people out there that are too interested in the footballing world, but
I think it's not just football, though, isn't it?
I think what
I'm saying is what we're talking about.
No, yeah, definitely
You know
bleeds into society as well. But football is important to us, and you could call this episode anything really, like the state of football, downfall of football, football's over party.
Football's over party.
Yeah, that's like a thing on the internet when someone gets cancelled. They say like,
I'm tired.
What ones do you want to start on? We got like
Football
bullet points today. Do you get the most important out of the way?
Yeah, because it kind of leads into others, doesn't it?
Depends what you the class as important.
Oh, no. Do you know what you should start with? Start with the Mike Dean and then go into...
Mike Dean?
What, Mr. Showman?
Yeah.
You want to start with...
Start with Mike Dean and then we could talk about the other stuff.
You left to start with VAR then, really, because...
Who?
Mike Dean is like...
That prick.
VAR is like Mike Dean.
That prick VAR, yeah? It's stressing, man. I don't even...
What's your opinion on VAR first?
That it's supposed to fix problems, but it's causing more.
I don't think VAR's the problem.
What do you think it is? The humans that control VAR?
110%.
Well, humans have always been the problem.
Yeah, so what I think...
It's like they created something... Yeah, but they created something to kind of reduce the amount of human error. But then there has to be a human that's in control.
No, I don't think that's the problem. I think that's the excuse.
I don't think there has to be a human in control.
Of what, VAR?
I mean, maybe there does a VAR.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
I was just thinking with a bird's eye and that, it's more like sensor, innit? Like,
yeah, no, VAR.
Past, but VAR is like, oh, you have to see if someone's actually fouled someone or they're offside. But yeah, I think same as Blair, you have to vet people.
Even offside's bollocks, but yeah.
No, the offside... it's too subjective. Once they set a standard
by a sleeve.
If he's offside, he's offside, isn't it? So I don't mind that. But when
your sleeve was offside, so it doesn't count.
It is.
And if you score with your sleeve, they'll say it was handball.
Yeah.
So, like,
make it make sense.
It's hard.
It don't make sense.
It's just I'd rather watch a game and maybe even lose. I'd rather West Ham lose, and there be like a point in the game where someone scores and it just doesn't get pulled back.
Bruv, do you know what I was watching? Goal highlights of like the old, like let's say our generations, like top legends and stuff. Yeah. So I was watching like a Drogba highlight reel. There was bare offside goals, bruv.
Yeah.
But I'm saying that, but it was still, they counted.
Yeah, but it shouldn't count.
Of course not. They shouldn't count. Not when it's that obvious. If I can see it in playing time.
No, I don't have a problem with VAR. VAR is not the problem.
So what do you think the problem is?
It's the referees, and they use VAR as an excuse. If you have something that's going to excuse your shit, you're going to use it. So they just say every single time they make a mistake, I think
that's the problem with it. That it's 3 other referees sitting in the VAR room.
Yeah, humans.
You say referees, I say numpties.
Like, it's no, because like 1 week Mike Dean could be on the pitch refereeing, and another week he could be in the VAR room.
It's the same man.
He shouldn't be allowed to ref or be in the VAR room.
Right, a lot of them are.
There should be like a system.
There's one guy I watch on YouTube that plays FIFA, but if the ref makes a bad decision, he calls him Kevin Friend every time. Like, every time. Oh, Kevin Friend's refing, of course that's a pen. Like that's if you're a referee, that's bad that people use you as like. So what about the 3 recent fuck ups?
The 3 recent? Well, the first one Oh, the one that I saw and I thought was hilarious was is it the Bundesliga second?
That's actually there's 4. But like Premier League was, I think Louise was the latest one.
You want to stick to because that's a colossal
stick to the
shit
Premier
show.
Because that's the only place we can influence. Them overseas places. England's worse anyway. England's got the worst officials.
Actually, no, because that happened in Germany and then all the shit's happening in England. Australian VAR is live.
That's an Australian.
The ref and the VAR people come over the telly when they're talking.
I swear. Yeah, they should do that.
I see it on Twitter. I was like, what? How have we not done this? Like the ref, someone does a really bad tackle and the ref gives him a yellow, and then the VAR come in his ear and they pause, and you hear Charlie FM. Like, it comes over the telly and they say to the ref, "Oh, we think you need to look at the screen, possible red card, like serious foul play." And the ref says, "Alright, let me know when I'm on screen," as in let me know when they can see me on telly.
Yeah.
And he goes like that, and he says, "I'm gonna check it." And then you hear him talking to them. "Oh yeah, I can see it now." Like, "Oh, which player,
so it's proper live.
Which player was it?" And they're like, "This player, we suggest a red card." And he's like, "Yeah, no, I agree. Let me know when I'm on screen again." And he does it, and then he goes over and gives him it. And I was like, why can't
that just be the
they
case?
can do that in Australia? Like, they're still rubbing like stones together for fire. Yeah, when it comes to actual English VAR, obviously you got David Luiz and Bednarak doing the same thing, like maybe 12 hours apart from each other.
Can we agree that there's an agenda against Arsenal?
Yeah.
No.
You don't think there is? Be honest.
He's part of the agenda.
No.
Hand
There's
on
not an
heart.
agenda against Arsenal.
Wait. We know him.
Everyone gets like bad decisions against them.
Oh, as much
Are
as
you
Arsenal.
joking?
Yeah.
No way.
Be serious, man.
No way.
If you watch Arsenal's games, you'll see
The only
decisions.
thing I'll say is that Bednarak, his card getting taken away, and the Louise is not, even though they did exactly the same thing.
It's the funniest thing I've seen.
It's bad.
Bad stuff happens all the time.
Even in against Liverpool, Man United, they should have red cards.
Yeah.
For worse situations. But stay.
I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't know if
stay scheming.
Yeah. That's the whole point, though, isn't it?
I'm not gonna.
There's different people in the VAR room or different people.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna pretend that like
game.
those like it's tense, isn't it? Like we know how tense it is being an Arsenal fan as it is. Only for you to see that. Oh, because you don't get it.
It's tense being an Arsenal fan.
Of course
Shut
it
up,
is.
man.
Why?
Huh?
You got to grow up watching some of the best players the Premier League's ever seen.
Now we're watching who?
Now it's tense because you're shit for once.
But that's not the difference.
Wait,
being shit isn't what's causing it to be tense.
It's not even tense. Like you're.
I'm sorry, you're not an Arsenal fan. You have no idea what it feels like.
It definitely hurts someone who lived a rich life more to
That's
lose
not-
their money
not-
than the person who lost nothing.
I wouldn't call it tense.
Yeah, but you don't understand.
You wouldn't understand. Like, you wouldn't understand this kind of pain.
Why? Because what? Because you went down and then come back up. You don't know nothing about being tense.
West Ham are Arsenal now. If we lost this, then I'd feel shit.
West Ham are what now?
Arsenal now.
You're smoking budge. What are you talking about?
We're Arsenal now.
In what way?
Well, in 2 days, less than 2 days, we're going to be fourth. That's the Arsenal spot.
Tell me how many titles you man have won. Tell me about that time you was invincible. Go on, tell me.
Yeah.
You're never Arsenal, man. Smoking something.
That one time I did career mode.
Man said career
Innit?
But yeah, I'm not going to say there's an agenda because I don't know why.
No, there's an agenda.
I don't know why the Premier League would have an agenda against Arsenal.
Why
because
would
it's
you?
funny.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? The media explodes when Arsenal lose.
Yeah, but
have you not seen it?
The Prem don't gain from
Of
that.
course they do.
No, they don't.
Every single click you click on the
if
Arsenal tab, they
lose,
get peas back.
If Arsenal lose, less people watch like Sky Sports and stuff like that.
No, they don't.
More
they
people
don't.
go straight to
they
YouTube
don't.
to watch.
What?
When Arsenal lose,
Robbie
all tabloids go mad. It's facts. It's facts. Arteta's running out of time.
Yeah.
All of this jazz.
Yeah.
Every single time.
Immediately.
They love it. They sell papers like that. Arsenal is just... Arsenal's the media.
We were talking about VAR, not Arsenal.
It's not Arsenal. It's anti-Arsenal.
Obviously, and you had the Souček thing with their elbow.
I thought that was the right decision.
What for an accident?
An accident.
Accidental.
Man elbowed him.
No, you're looking at the guy doing this. If someone's grabbing your arm from here and you're not looking that way, you're gonna go like that. And just just because Suchik's 7'4",
he's not allowed to do that.
Do you know why that shouldn't have been overturned?
The
rules are if you are like endangering a player's health and safety and all that jazz, it's a red card.
No,
it's a red card.
This is the problem. I think with refs and VAR, they don't take.
So you would have been cool with that?
No, but I'm saying
someone grabbing you reacting by get off of me, and you accidentally elbowed them, and you got sent off. You'll be cool with that.
I'm saying that he shouldn't have been sent off.
Cool.
Look, yeah, if it wasn't seen,
I'm saying the point is the refs don't take the moment. They instead of just reading.
Yeah, but you're saying he shouldn't have been sent off.
And applying it to every single moment. Take the moment into context.
They can't
I hear
do
what
that.
you're saying,
but
that moment,
same as the David Luiz and Bednarak. Take the moment into context.
No, don't do that. No. These are separate incidents.
Neither of them went to actually kick the ball.
No, wrong. You're talking about. No, don't compare that big shit for Fellaini.
If you were standing next to Peter Crouch and you grabbed his arm and he wasn't looking at you and he went like that as if to get off, he'd accidentally elbow you in the head.
So why is he elbowing me?
It's not like he knocked me. Mitrovic went down screaming and then got up and said, "Ref,
wait,
it's not
it don't matter. That don't matter. It's
yeah,
not
like
the same thing, bro.
no, but on a serious note, like, all
right,
whether that was the intention or not. It's not right. It's not right.
Elbowed him, you'd say it wasn't a red card.
No, if what?
No, you wouldn't.
If what?
If David Luiz,
I'd say this fucking idiot, like I always do.
Everyone gets onto Luiz. This is the first time.
You're going on like Arsenal's ever had like good decision making defenders.
Nah, you gotta. That's a thing.
This is the first time
you gotta allow people. You gotta allow human beings to make mistakes on football.
Yeah, you make mistakes. You reap the consequences. Man got a red card.
It's a possibility.
He's a shit Fellaini.
He didn't get a red card.
He did get a red card.
No,
I saw it live on TV. He got a red card.
And we didn't even appeal it. The FA said no, it's not a red card. We didn't even. Southampton had to appeal it.
Did he finish the game on the pitch?
No, but
then that's the only time. That's the moment it matters.
He missed 6 minutes of the game.
Yeah, well,
but that's only because of what time it happened. If that happened at the beginning of the game, he would have missed the whole game.
That getting overturned is a joke. That getting overturned is a joke.
It's not.
They should hold their decision.
Because you've got to allow for mistakes.
So then who gets punished for that then?
So what if you could say that for what if someone falls over and
I'm hearing a lot of what
let's say someone two people get into a tumble, they fall over each other, and on the way down someone lands on someone with their elbow on their head.
That is not the same thing,
it's
bro.
It's a mistake.
That's not the same thing.
You have to apply for mistakes.
He had his elbows just launching them about. You can't do that.
No. You can't do that either.
You can't do that.
His elbows launching them about like he's defending.
He moves like Fellaini. He moves like Fellaini. I don't care. He moves like Fellaini. Bare elbows. That's it.
How would you feel as the player got elbowed in the head and it hurt and you might have a nosebleed? How would you feel?
No, I'm
saying say that happened.
But if it's a mistake, I'm a grown man on a football pitch. If someone elbows me by mistake, it's gonna hurt.
That makes you.
Hold on. Only he knows it's a mistake.
Listen. Do you know what's worse? His explanation has to involve him explaining he's a grown man to describe it.
Because the way Mitrovic went down to get up, if you're that hurt, you don't get up straight away and tell the ref it's not a red card. He went down screaming.
He was being nice.
He went down he was screaming.
Because he got elbowed. Why is he getting elbowed? He's playing football.
2 seconds later,
if I'm playing football, and I get an elbow, why am I getting elbowed?
It says a lot about the way you play football. That you think like so. Diving, screaming like you've been shot when you've been tapped on the shoulder.
You see me play football, man. It's mine.
And you don't do it. So why is it alright for Mitrovic to do it?
Look here,
I'm not gonna lie, innit?
Who was it? Who was it yesterday? Or was it? I don't know if it was yesterday or today. Or it might even be Liverpool's last game. Someone touched Salah like this, and he went down like that, and they got
even Salah did it today, and he tried to get a pen.
It's the same kind of thing. Yeah. Maybe Suchik's elbowing someone in the head is worse than someone tapping you on the shoulder.
Oh yeah. But you know what? I feel like that's just part of the loophole. The loophole is if you're doing something you shouldn't be doing.
Actually, I also see today because someone, I think Liverpool got given a free kick or a pen, and VAR overturned it
and said no pen.
Said it's not. And then I think Salah was the one that dived, and he didn't get a yellow for diving, even though
that doesn't make any sense.
There's no contact there. Okay, he must have dived. He still doesn't go give Salah a yellow. That's like
but that's not the first time that's happened.
It's not always like that. Though. Sometimes it's not enough contact for you to go down.
No, but there wasn't any contact. That's why VAR overturned it.
So that's what
that's why players are screaming.
But it's inconsistent. But that's what it is. There is no set standards. But the players that are like, I think it's worse because it's like a set frame and a set standard of players that do all the dancing.
Repeat
Repeatedly.
Repeat offenders.
Which is what's making it worse, because the other ones that are like shaped the same or kind of have the same play style, like he's doing it.
Yeah, so yeah.
And he's not getting punished for it.
No, I'll give you an example, yeah. This is that English privilege thing. Harry Kane.
Oh, the standing thing?
Harry Kane is a diving pansy, yeah? He's a diving pansy, but
I thought
they
you talking
praise
about,
him.
no, but I thought you talking about the standing thing.
Yo, the thing where he just stands there.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
That
about.
shit.
No, I'm talking about where
he backs into, and he backs
just
into
dives
it.
down.
Because was it the Tottenham Arsenal?
Yeah, Lacazette.
Lacazette did it, and then someone
And did a cartwheel.
Speaking of Lacazette, Martinez, what the fuck you doing? What the fuck you do with?
Who?
He pulled him down in the box. Did you not see that?
Oh, that. Yeah, well,
That was a penalty.
That's another VAR thing. Where they gave
Agenda.
a free kick the other way.
Agenda.
No, you're just picking it out because it
Agenda.
happens to all teams.
That
You're
doesn't
just picking
happen.
it out 'cause it's Arsenal.
That doesn't
Yeah,
happen.
but if that causes the game to end not in our favour, what else are we supposed to pick out? If the games that we're losing and that's happening and it doesn't happen, it's minor. If it's games where it's drawing, or we could win the game because of these decisions, why are people not going to be?
Should win the game then.
Can't be bothered sometimes.
Decisions change.
Should win the game.
Anyway,
But yeah, like obviously with the VAR, obviously Mike Dean's the one that sent Suchek off. So after that, like you were saying,
man had a bag of messages to open.
People should get consequences. I do think refs should be punished when they make a mistake.
Yeah, refs could literally just make terrible decisions and hide. Go home and hide.
Maybe getting a ban. If you give
Yeah, but I
someone
feel like it's only as of recent. Like, I don't know if it's the older I've got and the way I'm more interested in who is making these bad decisions that I actually now know the names of referees. But what's worse is the good ones, I recognize them and I might not know their name, whereas the shit ones, you know their names.
Mike Dean's like king of.
What's that? Is it Craig Pawson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You only know his name now because of David Luiz.
Let me see his face again.
Like if a ref makes a mistake, maybe he sends a player off, and he gets rescinded, they should maybe get a 3-match ban from reffing or something like that.
No, wages.
Some sort of penalisation.
Hit them where it hurts. Take their wages away for the game.
Or that like they have to ref for free.
Pattern up, yeah. Pattern up. Make them pattern up.
That might change the whole.
100.
I think a 3-match ban is kind of a wage though. Anyways, they're not players.
No,
they don't get paid weekly. They get paid per game.
No, but I don't think it is.
Yeah, but then they should at least have to.
We'll run out of referees that way.
Yeah.
I'd rather them do it for free. One game.
Because I feel like that game will go totally different.
Yeah, maybe. But obviously after that, Mike Dean's been getting. Well, not even Mike Dean, his family got. He said threatening messages and death threats and all that. Like.
Look,
that's not right.
I don't condone that.
Yeah, that's not right.
Must have been West Ham fans. It's not gonna be.
Are you guys straight to? No, I know who done it.
That's like obviously it's my team's fans. And West Ham are probably some of the worst for everything that happened.
You mean that's because West Ham fans are basically West Ham players.
No, they're keyboard warriors, man. Them West Ham fans are keyboard warriors.
Nah, man, they're not. I wouldn't say keyboard warriors.
That's not what I was saying.
No, that's what they are. That's what he is.
West Ham are one of the clubs where our fans are more likely to be abusive to people.
That's what I'm saying.
At the match.
And at home.
Online is more like Man U, Arsenal, Chelsea. Like.
What are you talking about?
Well, maybe it's because I got more of them fans on my social media, but like I know one other West Ham fan that's on my Twitter.
Yeah, but anyone with half a brain would support West Ham.
Preferences and all that.
Well, maybe I don't have half a brain.
But I wouldn't say they're keyboard warriors. I just feel like they're more like it's like West Ham fans are. They're like. I would say like being an Arsenal fan is hard in that, but I know at the end of the day I can still go to sleep and forget about it. Whereas West Ham fans ain't forgetting shit.
No,
they don't let it die. They've got no reason to let it die because they feel like one mistake is the only chance you get.
I'm not gonna lie, Suchek, if he was banned for 3 games, that's our season
done.
That's our season over.
It hurts them worse because of shit. That's the reality. Like we lose Luiz, we get another man in. It's just moving on and recycling. Yeah. But you lose Suchek, and then that's it. Your season's kind of dusted, isn't it?
Yeah, still 5th though.
Temporarily.
What do you still stand by what you think?
100%.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
If anyone wants to bet me, bet me.
We're gonna be 4th on Monday.
And then,
What does that mean?
and then what about the rest of the season?
On one Monday, we're gonna be 4th. Imagine.
Yeah, you're not catching.
Not catching who? You.
Liverpool, Man City, you ain't catching.
You still got to play us, play Man City.
Win.
Yeah.
Well, not Man City.
Ugh.
But yeah, all that online abuse that Mike Dean's getting is nonsense.
Whoa, slow down. No, he deserves abuse.
I don't think
He deserves penalisation, not abuse.
Personal abuse. No, because players get it. That's the world you live in.
Yeah.
If you don't
That is
perform,
another point we're going to move on to. Obviously, the racist stuff with probably every black player. I had names written down, but it's probably every black player.
There's different kinds of abuse. That's not all labelled abuse.
I
The same
even
thing.
know-
I don't think it's the
I think
same.
you have to be messaging people like your shit and all that. Like,
Wait, no, yes.
because they get. I know they don't
Yes.
get that at the matches right now.
Yeah.
Wait, hold
I
on.
think they do.
No, yes.
It's
Yeah.
more
So
funny.
what if?
Tell him he's
What
shit.
if Twanzebe came to your work here and say you have an office job?
It's
say,
called feedback.
Say you're putting numbers into numbers or words or whatever into your computer at work. Every time you make a mistake and press backspace, if Twanze's sitting next to you and saying you're shit every time you do that,
You're shit every time you do that. If you make
he's at work, he's doing something that you're more likely to make
See,
mistakes.
no, you're
with as well.
generalising too much now.
You're not though. He's making a mistake.
These aren't small mistakes like running a
but
wrong
they're
way.
also playing Premier
Running
League
the
football.
wrong
It's one of the hardest things you can do.
Yeah, and there's big repercussions to your mistakes.
There's that, and
If
there's
your
a
mistakes
reason
are
why it's
affecting
a
other
prem.
people should be able to voice that. Allow it, man.
What? So you
What's
think?
this PG world,
I
bruv?
was gonna say, what you think?
Stop.
Do you feel like people shouldn't voice their opinion
No,
when
it's
people voice their
feedback.
opinion
It's
anyway?
feedback.
No, but you can tweet. You can make a tweet without atting someone.
No, you definitely can act, man.
You feedback.
Yeah, it's part of the public.
You're a public. He's a public figure. He's a public figure. So the only way you're atting him is by publicly
Because
atting.
realistically, the only thing he should do.
But
realistically,
why now should you get to do that? Before there was Twitter, what did you do? You didn't do anything. You just told your mates.
yeah, but I'm not.
That's why Twitter's there. It's a platform to
Not
do
why
that.
Twitter's there.
It's a platform.
But
to
do you know what? But do you know what these players can do? Not be on it.
So
Allow
wait,
me.
So you think if you get racially abused, you just shouldn't be on Twitter?
See, look, that's where you're taking the
that's
mick.
that's
That's been in the news.
Stop comparing the levels of abuse.
I'm saying because that's been a thing this week where people have, like Sky Sports and all that said, oh well, if they get so much racist abuse, maybe they should just come off.
You need to stop comparing what Mike Dean's getting and racial abuse. It's not the same thing. Your skin colour has nothing to do with the job you're doing.
Yeah.
So that's wrong. The job you're doing, if you're doing a shit job, you can be told you're doing a shit job.
Do you think anyone in the public eye shouldn't be?
No, I'm saying the difference under like.
Okay.
Yeah, cool.
I'm not comparing.
Yeah, but
I'm saying that you're allowed to give abuse, like saying that's shit. That isn't a form of
because
abuse. That
realistically, when we're watching the
feedback.
game, we're saying this shit. So it's like us not saying anything at all.
Do
That's
better.
yeah.
Do better, Mike Dean.
But yeah, obviously we're not the type of people that will act, man, unless we're.
I still don't know. It's weird to me to be like atting a footballer, telling them their shit when. Alright, look at all the fucking Dave and Barrys that are on Twitter with their fake football Twitter accounts, atting players saying you're shit. Go on the pitch and do better than them.
You're right.
Yeah.
But if you tell them they can't do that, that's telling people they don't have freedom of speech.
Yeah. Which is even worse.
I don't feel the need to at people online.
Yeah, no, on a serious note, like I feel like the people that are getting atted shouldn't. Like
But again, before Twitter, they still had their freedom of speech. They just didn't.
Yes, that's what time does. Things evolve.
Yeah.
Like,
you get better resources.
Bear in mind, it doesn't always end in a good way. If a player's getting constant abuse,
then there's a reason.
No, but just because they're playing shit at football don't mean that they have to be fucking like going to depression and stuff. Because they don't. All they see on their fucking social media.
I agree with you, but that has to be like a consensus thing. Like you can't force people into one way of thinking.
Yeah.
It don't work like that.
Like, don't get me wrong. I don't think everything that people have to say is
needs
right.
to be
It
right.
isn't.
Yeah.
It isn't. But
sooner or later, it's going to end up where these kind of like famous people and footballers and stuff like that are going to have separate social medias sites to everyone else.
Yeah, and if it gets to that, it gets to that.
Yeah. Why not?
But that's to protect them. But either way, like the way that the world is right now, everyone has access to everyone potentially. So if people want to voice their opinions, no matter how many people are against it, it's never going to be stopped.
I just think.
And don't get twisted. I'm not even accepting it. I'm just saying. I understand that.
You're describing an idealistic world.
Yeah, I just think you're not paying that player, and you can't do better than him. So why are you calling him shit? Like,
that's not how life works, though.
In anything.
Life works. Everyone can be criticise anything you do, even if they don't participate in it.
I mean, that's how you deal with me, right?
That's what you man do, right?
Wait, not only
that's what the crowd does.
Forget that. That's how you lot deal with me, right?
No,
I
don't tell you what to do.
No, I'm talking about the criticism.
You're one of my best friends. If you're doing shit, I'm going to tell you about it.
So why can't someone that doesn't know me, that can see the same thing you're seeing, do that?
I don't walk past
you don't have to listen to everything you hear.
Precisely.
I don't walk past a complete stranger on the street and tell them they're doing shit.
No, but what I'm saying is, if they're seeing the same thing,
I want you to do better.
Yes, but if
these people are
all right.
If he doesn't want to listen to you, that's okay.
But wait, on top of that,
okay.
you're saying that you're saying that from a point of view. You're saying it from a point of view of believing that criticizing me because of who I am is going to cause me to get better. Whereas everyone doesn't work like that.
Oh, by the way, being late and stuff like that isn't who you are.
Yeah, but I wasn't. Anyway?
I'm just saying, I criticise you mostly about your timekeeping.
As opposed to when we're on the pitch.
Oh yeah, football pitch. But
what's this episode about?
Huh?
You're dragging something else into it.
No, it's like it's not even criticism. It's like advice.
Yeah,
You can hear
training.
You can hear
training.
Yeah, but
you can hear it or you don't.
No. After the rustiest session of life, I
didn't say nothing.
If you can't say that, then don't play football. Because when you're playing with your mates, you better be ready to get abused.
Yeah, but obviously I don't. I'm saying in general, the point you're missing. You're missing the point. No. There's no you, man. That's him. That's his agenda. I'm fine with it.
To race this guy, they'll beat him.
No, right. The point I was trying to make was people can see the same thing that you're seeing. All I'm saying is, I then have the choice to listen to you and ignore everyone else. That's it. That's all I was trying to get from that.
You could ignore us.
Yeah. In general, I can. But I'm saying, like, obviously, like he's saying, in an idealistic world, people shouldn't be allowed to criticize if they can't do better. But I'm saying, like, you still criticize me whether you can or can't do better.
You're describing a world where everyone has to listen to what everyone's saying. You don't.
And it just, it'll be so difficult to get to a place like that.
I think because I think when it's like that at that level where it must be like constant, like.
Yeah, but there's a reason for that.
Just constant. No, but I'm saying
there's a big difference between us and them.
You're a public figure.
No, but to not listen, you sort of have to not.
You have to switch off from
not be on there. But then, why should you have to be forced to not be on something you want to be on because of what other people are doing? Do you know what I mean?
Because you've also in life you have to weigh up the pros and cons.
That is life.
Yes, you have to weigh up the pros and cons in life. If the con of being on Twitter is getting abused, get off of it.
If you're getting abused but you can't handle it.
Yeah, if you can't handle it,
come off. Wiley gets taken off in like minutes of talking stuff like that, but people who are too scared to even put their face and their real name on there
can say what they want.
Can you not understand that?
Why?
What do you mean? He has a bigger platform.
No, but
he's influencing people.
Some of these football Twitter accounts have tons of.
For them to vet every account, it's impossible.
But Instagrammers said they're gonna start doing it now.
Well, I'm not.
But either way, I just see it as this: like, if you don't understand yourself as a person that cannot handle that kind of life, it's like you're in the public eye. This stuff, you can't stop newspapers from printing what they want to print. You can't stop magazines from saying what they want to say, whether they've got facts or not. So it's like, how can you see it any other way?
Certain managers like Arteta's don't have a social media presence.
Oh yeah,
for what?
Yeah,
for what? You ain't gonna provide him nothing.
When I did that tweet about we'll get into the Saliba thing.
Yeah, and
someone actually replied to it and tagged Arsenal's Twitter account and an Arteta Twitter account in their reply to my tweet. Like, why did Arsenal and Arteta don't care what my tweet is? You don't have to like. I don't know. It's just
that's the world.
Yeah, but this is what the apps are designed to do.
Interconnect, allow you the ability to talk to someone you never talked to.
What's mad is like you don't even know if half of those retweets and stuff from that tweet itself were from like even UK and shit.
It's true. Yeah, you don't know.
Like we're talking about something that happened that's connected to, the Premier League team, but that doesn't like obviously man's out on loan. He's elsewhere. Like you don't know where these people are. Huh?
Who?
Ain't not out on loan. Sorry, but he was with.
Saliba is out on loan.
Ain't he?
He is out.
I wasn't talking about. I thought we were still on the Twitter abuse part.
No, I was talking about your tweet.
Oh yeah, but
before we go into that. But I'm saying, like, obviously, like we don't know where these people are. On top of thinking you could like ideally think that that's how it's gonna work. It could never work like that. So like, obviously, that's your personal opinion of how you think it should go versus the world.
With Saliba doing what Saliba, I'm saying with Saliba doing what Saliba did, he didn't really.
Who's this Saliba guy?
Doing it.
What's a Saliba?
Oh, you disowned him now.
No, I don't know for that.
Oh, if you're watching this and you didn't know, and you might not even know who William Saliba is because he's not really
William.
William.
Will I am.
Yeah.
I feel like don't make music.
I thought you was talking about the dude with the afro. What's going on?
Yeah, obviously Arsenal player, but out on loan in France. But this, I think someone, I didn't put this in the notes that I made, but it got worse because him videoing himself doing a selfie with, it must be France under 9, actually it might even be younger than that when the video was actually made. And he pans around in like a hotel room or something with his French teammates there, and one of them's just like top off, trousers down.
Wait, Blair, stop reacting like that.
Watching porn and just like stroking his magic lamp.
Alright, that was the best one so far.
Hoping for a genie.
First of all, I don't even know what in that situation just says, oh, I'm just gonna, my boys are here, so.
I don't know. Has any of you French guys got an explanation for
that?
that?
I hope it
is
isn't.
that like a cultural thing?
Just whenever you feel like it, just get fully naked and.
Yeah, just stomp up your meat in front of everyone in the room.
That's like going. That's like wait. On a serious note, that's like going to after work drinks.
That's
and then doing
crazy. That's to be comfortable enough to be stark naked.
Yeah, like trousers around your ankles, top off. Like and because he's that comfortable, you know that's not the first time he's done it.
No, yeah, this is routine.
People ain't videoing themselves while he's there.
Yeah, he must have done this before.
Like you're not gonna believe this.
You're not gonna believe this.
You know this.
You're lying. You're lying. He didn't do
You're
that.
chatting shit.
What now? That's what happened. You're lying.
You know that's the kind of story. Yeah, you can't even tell everyone like that. You could tell one person that you know they're not gonna believe it or whatever, and it's gonna be like, alright, cool.
Oh, I see. The video is actually like 3 or 4 years old.
I don't care how old.
Which means no, but. People say, which means that some people in that video, including the guy that's doing it, would have been underage. And Saliba's putting that out.
That's charges.
You know what people are like? They're calling for like, like charges and stuff.
But that all of it is a mess. But the whole thing's a mess.
How has it come out now?
Innit?
Like, if it's 3 or 4 years old, why is it dropping?
As you said, I'll tell.
I did say that in the tweet, but apparently that's not.
Agenda.
Because he come out and said that Arteta's judged him on 2.5 games, and Arsenal haven't given him a chance and all that.
For all you Arsenal man that was wondering why we ain't playing him, you know now.
Trey, you think he's trying to bang that in the changing room?
I don't want him back.
Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, what the fuck you doing, bro?
Oh, it's normal, man. This is what we do.
We do this in France.
Lacazette.
Yeah, Lacazette. There's enough, man.
Yeah,
enough man that speak French.
No, I'm saying
that actual
French guys at Arsenal.
Yeah.
Are they? Yeah, but even the French guys, are they French? Come on.
What do you mean?
No, you're saying it like a French national. I hope you're only not referring to the team, because if you're talking about their cultures, there's a bag of them.
Yeah, but no, I'm talking actual like French national players, because it might just be a French national team thing where that's what they do when they're together.
Well, you let us know in the comments.
Sacre bleu!
If you're playing for like the under 17s. That's not just like
it might be initiation.
Like it's not like an under 17s thing.
Like
they learned that from somewhere.
Yeah. Some clubs say sing, some clubs say bash your meat.
Some clubs sing songs, some clubs say bust your meat.
I don't. If that's a normal thing to be doing, just chilling, like, because even the guys in the background they sit on the sofa.
So casual. I know. Just bare casual.
One looks like he sits on the other one's lap. I'm like, what is going on?
Well, that's probably why he's sitting on his lap, because he don't want to get in the way. He don't want to get in the way of the genie.
If that's comfortable activities,
fruity pooties.
What do they have to do in the changing room for them to be like, what are you doing?
Do you know what's more mad? Like, because we don't know directly professional footballers, we wouldn't actually believe half of the shit that goes behind closed doors.
Imagine like if there was cameras when Tony Adams was playing football. the stuff you would have seen him and Ray Parlour like necking bottles of vodka and
no, but showers do get techie.
Yeah?
Showers must do get techie.
They must have swingers. I think they have swingers. They're like, there must be some sort of, like, if there ain't no...
What do you mean? I don't understand.
What do you mean, swingers?
Yeah. Clarify.
Oh, because you don't know what I'm talking about.
Are we talking swingers?
Clarify.
No.
Don't just say words. Clarify.
There's definitely two types of swinging.
Clarify.
Well, I mean, in terms of, like, in the club, innit? Like, I think generally they will have swingers, not whatever user was going on. Jesus.
Let's stick with punch-ups.
Yeah, just like that. Swingers is a very...
Most of they're sharing wives.
Yeah, but I wouldn't be surprised. Like, we have no idea what goes behind these.
You don't.
To be fair, that's been documented.
Well,
Wayne Bridge and John Terry.
I was going to say here, what about...
Ryan Giggs and his brother.
I don't think that was sharing. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Sometimes some people draw the short straw.
Yeah, what about the whole madness that's going on in the Tottenham camp?
Yeah.
Anyway, like... Yeah. But like, yeah, like...
That's why Ericsson left.
Part of the reason,
innit? Definitely, like
the wife getting fondled at club meetings.
Either way, it's like I feel like no matter how wild our lives have been, like that whole lifestyle, I think probably once you hit a certain age, if you're in with the main crowd, like we know what football is like anyway. It's favouritism everywhere you go. But the moment you're in and you're that main crowd, who knows what that gang do?
I've definitely had a schoolmate that went out to a nightclub and his cousin played for someone, might have been QPR or something like that, and they got into a back room where it didn't even look like a door, and there was just a guy, like a bouncer standing next to it, and they walked up to it and went in, and like the West Ham squad were there, Pogba was there, I think the first time he was at Man U, and they was just like, he said like all the West Ham players were like just standing on tables, down in champagne, doing coke and all that, smoking cigarettes.
Just imagine, man.
And then we lost 3-1 to Swansea.
But like,
it's like obviously these lot just live secret lives.
Listen, they live different lives.
That does not mean
now. Think about what we've been talking about this whole episode. They are in the public eye. I would never say that person isn't capable of that because I have no idea what these men are doing. Like, and I don't even blame them for having that private society because the moment the wrong person gets wind, take off even like the whole flipping Vardy situation. It's like
what one? You talking about what with his wife?
Yeah, so that even that whole thing, like it's like it's not because of anything other than the fact that this is what sells. They know, like, if they can't all just eat right, eat healthy, do all this and not live a life that they want.
At what point of you living a privileged life and thinking?
Yeah, but there's privilege, and then there's what they're living. They're living nothing like the rest of us.
Yeah, but at what point?
Hey, let me put in perspective what you're saying. Yeah, Mahrez, his card got stolen. They had to spend £175,000 in 2 weeks for him to realise it was gone.
What?
Mahrez lost his card. The person who stole it spent £175,000.
Oh, he lost his bank card.
Yeah,
and they managed to.
Yeah, 5 weeks it took him to clock that it was gone.
And that's because of how much it was.
But what I was going to say, if you're living that life, at what point do you say, "Alright, cool, I'm going to just get my Jimmy out now and start touching it while my boys are
Well, but that's that. Again, like the only thing that makes any sense is
I can actually see that making sense to them.
What?
I honestly can. I've been in some weird changing rooms. Have you not?
No. I'm sorry, you've been privileged.
My Sunday team changing rooms now. There's like 5 or 6 men that just as soon as you get in after
they can't wait.
Fully naked.
Can't wait. They're like, where's the showers at? Where's the showers at?
Yeah, but we've got one on our team that's like that.
Chill. No man, just half the change.
Like, he's been stalkers outside. Oh. Obviously, when we
even now, he's been stalkers watching himself outside. Like, relax, man. This ain't Bear Grylls. What's going on? We're playing football. Go home and shower. Like, what the fuck?
I do think it's the French like difference in culture as well. Because if you tried. Because it's like
you know what they mix each other.
No, because it's young like black boys as well. You try and bang that here, it's not happening.
There's no way.
I think it's a whole thing, a whole range of things. But like the only thing that we've actually seen that seems like it could make any goddamn sense is a form of initiation.
No, but you gotta remember, like these French guys, they kiss each other and that.
I'm like disclaimer.
I wondered where you were going with that.
No, they
But
do.
like, before Blair carries on saying what he's saying, all the homophobic abuse that Saliba got online again. Is
We got
not
homophobic abuse.
Yeah, everyone like.
And what? That's not
calling him
warranted.
Calling him a ball playing defender and all that.
Excellent ball skills,
Like,
magnificent ball control.
it's not wrong to be gay and be a footballer, but
It's funny.
It's more the context of just doing that in front of your boys, isn't it? Like not being a thing.
Do you know what I think is
It's like
more?
us being in a
What
rave
I
and
think is more
someone
weird,
selfieing
yeah.
themselves
But
on
what
with
I
that,
think is more weird,
drinking and
like the new generation of the youngsters that are coming up, right? Like they've grown up seeing this stuff in the media. They've grown up seeing this stuff. So to me, like I don't understand. Like one, why you would want to record it, for one. Like man don't know how people get hold of these secret files and these secret videos and all these
Friday
combos.
night with a gang, innit?
But even if that's a Friday night with a gang, that could have been Friday night with a gang
It
for
looked
the
like a
last
Tuesday.
2 years.
Although,
And it looked like
It looked like
Although
a Tuesday. I don't want to hear
you
Friday.
the other day. He's on French duty, which means these are only guys that he sees once every 6 months, maybe.
Yeah.
And they're still comfortable enough to just.
It don't look like no
Whip it
Friday
out.
to me. That's a Tuesday.
I mean, maybe not once every 6 months because most of them probably play in the French league, so they probably play against each other maybe once every few weeks. They see.
But either way,
one,
the
someone
context
sees
I'm
someone.
trying to make is I don't understand why, no matter if that's the thing, surely you must understand that your way of life now is kind of a lot more private than anything else. The moment you record, like this is why like you don't really hear too much stuff about people that like as soon as they're finished doing what their job is, like they don't allow cameras and they don't allow recordings of stuff because everything can get taken out of context.
100%.
So we don't have the context, so we've already just jumped to whatever it looks like and it doesn't look good.
There's no context you can put on that video
No.
to make it
No?
be like, oh, I get
what?
it.
Oh, he was hot. Oh, yeah, it makes sense. No.
Well,
not.
You can hear the porn that he's watching as well in the video.
Wait, what? You analysed it too much.
No, I'm saying like when you watch the video, you can hear him on it, like because he's got his phone in, you can hear him.
I mean, I saw that video for all of 3 seconds and decided this isn't my kind of
Oh,
video.
no, I had to watch it like 4 times. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, what is happening? I was like, no, I have to.
You know what? Tell a lie. I did watch it twice because I wasn't sure what was going on.
No, I didn't. I saw enough to say this isn't my kind of video
No,
because I didn't want to see how it ended.
Each time I had to pick out like things that were like, what? Like,
The first time I
why
watched it,
are
I
them
didn't
two sitting
understand
down
what
bare
happened.
close to him and they're bare comfy as well? Why is Saliba?
I managed to see all of that the first time when I watched it for all of 3
They were
seconds. and
closer
said,
than we are.
yes.
They were rubbing
Yeah.
Yeah, but then like
They were rubbing shoulders.
But wait, say Connor was the Donny, yeah? There was a guy this close, and then there was 2 guys sitting on each other's laps on the right side of you, which kind of states
I'm looking at the tube. District line.
central line. For those who don't know, the Central Line is a very bloody busy train, and you basically are like sardines stuck in a tin. But
Rubbing up shoulders.
yeah, but enough of that, man. Enough of that nonsense because you
One
don't
more
even know.
thing to talk about, and it's not got to do with abuse, at least, and it's the whole European.
You're open,
You're open.
Yeah.
innit? After the last convo, imagine.
The Europe. I did it again. Why can I say European? The European Super League. Obviously, clubs have been threatening to leave and stuff like that. So now UEFA just said, you know what? In a couple of years, we're gonna change the Champions League just to suit all you lot.
I thought
Arsenal will get into it.
I was gonna say I thought you should be in there as well, though.
Yeah,
No,
we'll be in there.
all right, cool.
But I'm saying, like, they're basically making it. They're changing it from 32 to 36 teams, and with leagues like England, the top 4 still get in, and then they're also adding teams based on their like European history. So teams like Arsenal will get put into it because they've been in the Champions League so
You'll
much.
stay at home.
Yeah, basically.
Unless they continue.
Come forth,
Yeah, continue to do well.
Or I think they're gonna give like France only get like 2 Champions League spots and stuff like that, so they're gonna give them extra. Probably had a couple.
I think that's a bit out of order.
It is, but I don't know. Maybe that's the whole point of the incentive. Like, the only thing I'm more like, do you know the details of it all in terms of relegation and thing?
What do you mean?
Like, because obviously,
because it's a league table.
Yeah.
It's basically the top 16 after 10 games each. I don't know how they're going to.
No, but I'm talking about itself. So obviously they're going to add extra teams that aren't in the league, right?
Yeah, it's 36.
Yeah, 36 is a 32.
Right. And then, so I'm just more because
it'll
they're
probably-
making it a
probably-
league. I'm saying that.
Yeah.
How do you know the details of how?
Well, no, it's not so much like promotion and relegation league. It's like you play 10 games and how they worked it out. I don't know if it's going to be like.
Yeah, no.
When I was play someone from your own country.
Yeah, no.
But then if you come in the top 16, you go through to the knockouts. 17th to 24th, you go to the Europa. Like if you finish third now in a group, and then the rest of them just get kicked out.
Yeah, no. When I was saying the promotion and the relegation, I weren't necessarily speaking about the league itself. I meant that the teams that can come into it, as opposed to the teams that are already going to be in it, based
Sounds
on.
like a horrible idea.
Yeah,
Just
like
the top 4
it doesn't sound or seem like it's going to be fair in any way.
Like, I don't know. Like I get that. Like say I don't know. Let's say Leicester and West Ham come in the top 4, and Man U, Man City, West Ham, Leicester. If they're putting teams based on their history in the Champions League,
and they don't have none.
Arsenal and Chelsea should probably, and Liverpool should all be in there as well.
Yeah.
Man City.
But they can't have 7.
Yeah, teams.
But what if Man City win the league? They can't not give it to Man City. And
if it's based on European history,
it's not all. No, they're still saying it will be the top
right.
4, and then there will be clubs added in.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Based on
Are there enough
their
details to like?
They're still probably planning.
Well, yeah,
it
they're
out.
saying 2024. So boy, they better figure that out.
It's a quick fix so that they don't make a Super League, because the Super League is basically
The top clubs.
Yeah, but they go off, and there is like Liverpool, City, and that won't be in the Premier League. It's a completely different league.
Oh, swear.
That's what the whole like threat was, because they wanna the bigger teams wanna make more money from playing bigger teams, and so they just want like every week it's like Real Madrid versus City every week. So they was all just gonna leave, and then the Premier League would still be 20 teams, but it'd just be all the 20 shit.
If they did that like every 4 years, like the Euros, the World Cup.
Okay, yeah.
That could be a thing.
That could probably work.
Like just Premier League was void for that year.
Premier League was void.
Well, the whole Premier League.
No, not the whole Premier League. Like, it would just be like, like the meaty teams.
Yeah,
the West Hams,
yeah.
Arsenal's.
The West Hams, the Leicesters, they're meaty teams there.
I don't know,
and
man.
then we just go off on our separate missions and bring back the trophy.
Separate missions.
Because Arsenal's a cup team.
I just
now.
don't think it worked, because even like Liverpool have been like one of the clubs really pushing for it, and now Liverpool might not qualify for Champions League this year after the year they've spent pushing for the Super League.
I Liverpool fans at me.
Agenda.
How they do it it's just just being scared and just like, we don't want to lose all the Champions League money. Because I think if they make Super League, you got to cancel the Champions League as well.
That can't work.
Trying to make it all concurrent, like this don't make sense.
No, but obviously they're just trying to make more money, innit? But they're not really thinking about how to do that.
Do you, as one of the bigger team fans, want to see more Arsenal versus...
I like the way you said that.
Arsenal, no, but like...
Would I?
But when you were in the Champions League, were you fine with playing the big teams that you got to play, or would you rather play...
I mean, every Champions League, it was Arsenal versus Barcelona, but you know, that's very coincidental.
Yeah, Barcelona or Bayern, you've always got them, but I'm saying like, bear in mind you still play big teams in the Prem as well.
Do we?
Would you rather play... Would you rather play...
Constantly playing big
Bayern
teams.
Munich every week rather than play
I think
Premier League?
Because I feel
I think so.
Where the Premier League has dropped off so much, that's why our owners aren't investing. Because the levels aren't that different, if you get what I'm saying. But if we're getting smoked week in, week out in a competition that we're in every year, like the Super League,
even now, I don't know how they do you allow the same teams to be in every year? Because then there's like no there's no risk to actually doing shit because you're still going to be making.
Well, this is what I was talking about: promotion and relegation.
Like with the Champions League, you actually have to do well that year to get into it.
Or the previous, but yeah.
But if it's a Super League and it's the same teams every year, if you come bottom, you're still going to get all the money for being in the Super League the year after anyway. So there is no, like you say, they're going to invest more.
Depends how they structure it, innit?
You get pumped every week.
But this is what I was saying, like the details to stuff like promotion and relegation is probably the only important factor. So it's like, as much as these have European presence, if clubs are doing way better than them, there's no argument.
I like watching the Champions League, but I haven't, that November to February gap, I don't miss it in between that.
I do. I don't even have a team in it, but I do miss it.
Because
but you're a football lover.
More time. When do you watch like a PSG Barca?
All the time.
Actually, that's the wrong thing because PSG Barca games go off. Like say like
I watch every single big game. I watch Man City Schalke.
What is it like Liverpool Leipzig in it?
I don't watch
like,
that shit.
Yeah.
That could be a good game, but you could watch both legs in it be like 0-0 or 1-0. So there's nothing to say that just because you're watching a Juve versus Real Madrid every week.
It's more appetizing, isn't it? It's not about the result.
Yeah, but on top of that,
how long before it's just like
but on top of that,
you're seeing the best players in the world play against
like
each
the
other.
main,
That's what you want to see.
the main people.
Cause
we've had to wait. How many years we're waiting to see Messi and Ronaldo keep playing each other now?
Mm-hmm.
If we get to see them play all the time,
Neymar's injured for that.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. It's like
Is he?
He might be injured for both legs as well.
It's like waiting for an eclipse. That's what it's like.
Oh, Neymar.
I get that. Yeah. I
don't want to talk about that.
But yeah, like I get that. Like you want to see the best players playing against each other, but when does it get to a point where it's like, even at the end of like a World Cup, I'm just like,
wait, do you ever get bored of the Prem?
Yeah. I'm bored of it.
I don't think that would apply to the Super Cup.
No, I don't.
I think it would eventually though.
No.
It comes to a point where you get bored of watching Ronaldo and Messi play each other.
No, but
Zlatan.
there's
loads of
big
big
you
names
say this, but there's
after let's say you've had Super League for 10 years and it's just the same team for 10 years. There's only so many like. You can't just keep.
Wait, but what you're thinking, the
compare
fact
it to the Premier League.
Yeah, but listen, you're still forgetting the fact that these teams.
Nil versus Lacazette.
Yeah, but players come and go from the Premier League. Who's to say that Super League?
But that's the same thing.
But if they make a Super League, who's to say that? Let's say Liverpool in the Super League. Who says that they'll be allowed to buy teams from the Premier League?
If
players for the Premier League. If teams in the Premier League can't buy Liverpool players. Who's to say that Liverpool can
Wait, where have you got that from?
No, but I'm saying, how do you know that's not like that's not
common sense. Why wouldn't they be able to buy players? There's not like a rule now you can't buy players from La Liga.
They're making their whole separate thing. They're not under.
La Liga's separate to Premier League.
No, but it's not.
The MLS is separate to everyone's
you
football.
can buy players from anywhere.
They're excluding themselves from the rest of football by making a Super League.
No,
in terms of in a European.
Yeah. In terms of
they can still buy players.
They wouldn't be in the Premier League, and if there's a whole like.
Yes, they can still buy players.
Yeah, but that doesn't. They're not. Just because they're not competing with them doesn't mean they
can't buy the players.
They can't do the same thing.
I don't think they'd allow other teams to buy their players.
That doesn't make sense.
Because then you're taking players away from the Super League that people want to see.
What speaks louder than anything in the world? If the fee is right, he's going.
Yeah.
Any player, Neymar, 200 million, man, shipped out.
You think they'll go through all the fuss on making a Super League to let Neymar go to La Liga?
So wait, who are you saying this? Because that just sounds like that's PSG based as opposed to anything.
If Neymar's not in the Super League, they're paying whatever price it is to bring him to the Super League.
Yeah.
And whoever's got him is taking it.
Yeah.
You think that's not happening? If Messi's in MLS
and what's worse is those players that are shining, especially in the Super League, their worth is going to go up, which is going to then cause their transfer fees to go up, and it's just going to be more money.
You're near enough cancel the rest of football then, because you're just saying to the rest of football, you're just doing.
You sound like a West Ham fan.
No, but the Premier League will just be pub teams.
You sound like a West Ham.
It's already pub teams.
It already is.
Pub teams.
I just watched.
It's not because
Leicester smoke Liverpool.
You still get exactly. You wouldn't get that if you had a Super League.
I don't care for seeing it.
Why not?
I'd rather see Liverpool get smoked by Real Madrid.
You want to see the big teams win every week because Arsenal would then.
Yeah, but they're all big teams, so someone has to win, lose, or draw.
I don't want to see the same team win every week. I don't care for that. I want to see smoke.
I think it'd still end up The same teams winning it all the time.
Like
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't mind watching an exciting game, even
let's
if it
say-
ends
let's-
0-0,
let's say-
just based on how the game
Let's
plays.
say
Whereas a
Man City-
0-0 in the Prem normally isn't an exciting game.
Let's say Man City are in the Super League. They've never won the Champions League, so who's to say that they're going to compete in that? Because they bottle it when they have to play big teams.
Man City is a different club to what they were over the
Or
last
Arsenal have
100
never
years.
won it. Who's to say that Arsenal are ever going to compete in the Super League? You could be watching
Compete.
Arsenal
We
come
beat-
last every season.
Okay, I don't mind, but I get to see stars
Exciting
on the
football.
field all the time.
You can watch
I
them
don't have
now.
to. I don't have to watch Arsenal lose to McNeil.
Start-
Fucking nil.
stop.
Do you think your opinion would be different if West Ham was in the Super Cup?
No.
We have Burnley and Man
Because
United.
I
yeah?
like the fact that we get promotion and relegations. You get to see teams like Sheffield United last year come up and you just think, oh, they're getting relegated. And you get to see a team do well.
They can still do that.
That is definitely still going to
It
exist.
doesn't mean as much when they're not doing it against teams like Liverpool and City. They're just doing it against teams that are the same as
An
them.
argument for why Liverpool hasn't turned up this season is because they can't get themselves excited for it again. Because they've
No,
already
it's
conquered
because
it. That happens. How many?
It's because they're playing midfielders at centre back.
No, how many? Alright, how many teams have done a double?
I was talking to him about
Chelsea,
this.
Man U,
I mean, like won it back to back.
Chelsea, Man U, I think.
Just Chelsea, Man United.
And I didn't know if City did it when
City have done it. Yeah.
when Man U comes second and Liverpool comes second. Yeah, so 3 teams.
Yeah. Why is that? Because
Because
of
it's
that
competitive.
exact thing. No, it's not because it's competitive. It's because people get that taste of the victory, being at the top, and then that's it. They fall off.
Yeah,
because they can't-
what's
competition
higher than
isn't
being
the
the
same.
top?
The competition's not the same. So that's why they need something else that will challenge them more.
It's like
That's progression.
It's like, for instance,
I can't fault
when
that.
Leicester,
But
when Leicester won the league,
teams can do that and they can't win the Champions League. So what's the? Don't try and give yourself more to do if you can't even
More
win the
to
basic
do?
level. Like if you can't win the Champions League, don't say, "Oh, we won a Super League because we think can win
Who
that."
can't win a Champions League? Who are you
Man
talking
City,
about?
Arsenal, you can't. They've never won a Champions
Man
League.
City's only been in it for like 20 years.
Yeah, but they want to win a Champions League. They can't win a Champions League yet they want to say, "Oh, we want to go compete with all
Because
those
they're
teams that we
having
can't beat
because
anyway."
they're having to compete with fucking playing Burnley on the weekend and then playing fucking Bayern Munich on the Wednesday. The difference in quality is too much. So like you can't adjust to it.
there's that, and then you got the teams that are getting relegated at the end of the season that are injuring your players. That would probably. I'm not saying that they can't get injured by any other player, but if that is now part out of the equation, there's loads of different reasons, isn't it?
Injuries are part of it. It
If you
doesn't
go
matter
for a
who's
30-minute
doing it.
jog twice a week, yeah, and then you have a 3-hour jog on Wednesday, your 3-hour jog is affected. You can't perform for it as well as you would because you're wasting your energy on that 30-minute jog
But
for
then
no
that's up to
reason.
the teams to balance their squad out now, isn't it? It's not.
So wait, your only problem with the whole idea of the Super Cup is that
Liverpool
they
have
get removed from their
Liverpool have
leagues.
only done shit this year because they didn't sign enough centre back coverage and they had to play Henderson and Fabinho at centre back.
And you think that's the only reason?
Not that well. Mane and Firmino and Trent have all been awful.
So
Because
there's
they're
multiple
dominant.
reasons.
There's no.
They've all achieved the
objective.
goals that they didn't think they was going to get in the first
Yeah.
place.
Have you not felt that? Like once you've achieved something that you've been working towards, you're like, fuck.
Not
What's
in
the point?
football,
You just
no.
chill out.
Yeah, but we're not talking about football in general.
In general, that's
You're right.
life. It's their job.
Yeah, but it's
Because I've
it's-
had that.
Yeah, but you can't apply my job to a footballer's job because it's football. You
No,
don't-
but it's a concept.
You don't go into.
Yeah, that's definitely a
none of
mental.
us-
That's a
none of us-
mental
none of
thing.
us
Me,
here-
you're
none
gonna
of-
say
none
me.
of
I'm gonna
us
tell you
here-
now that I've had that this year.
None of us play none of us will play a game of football and feel like we want to. If we play that football game, we want to win that football game.
No, but
What?
the taste for the end product isn't as strong as when you didn't have it. Do you get me?
Like,
you have to find a
when
new
you've got
thing to
this
work
when you've
towards.
got this goal, yeah, like even though it's your goal, your personal goal, your whatever, it's all in your head, you know.
100.
So the moment that you've now created all these things that allow you to now achieve this goal,
Yeah.
once you've got there, you
Your
can't
life
even
is- your
you
life
can't
is
go
different now.
backwards. You
Your
can't.
life is different now.
So what if then in 20 years Liverpool have won a Super League
Yeah,
5
but-
times and they're like, oh, we've got a taste of that now. Now what?
Then they got to bring a new challenge or get themselves up for the new challenge. It's a different thing.
Prime
Your
example.
life changes,
you've
bro.
got the two main players in football in the world that have just been competing for the biggest
Exactly.
personal
Ronaldo didn't have Messi.
personal reward. I don't think it would be the same if it wasn't going
Ronaldo,
Ronaldo,
Ballon d'Or
Messi,
and said, "I've done
Messi.
that," did he? So
That's what. I'm
But
saying.
why- but why didn't he
if
do that?
Ronaldo
Because-
didn't have Messi, do you think he would even?
I
touch
think
another
it was
defensive?
both ways as well.
That's
though.
what I'm saying. Yeah, both ways they push each other because one person will win it and then he's got to think, oh shit, I've got to get that back.
And the worst part is, at that time, they were both in the same
You
league.
don't need a Super League to do that.
You don't, but it helps
Because
them
Liverpool,
teams.
like Man City running away with it this year means that Liverpool or someone else are gonna try just as hard to win it next year.
Or what can happen is, which is quite likely, Man City strengthen, and the other teams try to strengthen, so the gap just remains the same. It's not competitive enough. Liverpool and Man City ran away with the league. 3 years in a row now?
Mm-hmm.
No one's come near to them. It's too easy, man.
Yeah, but the gap's shorter this year.
Because no one cares.
And they're playing shit.
Nobody cares about the league. Let's be real. Nobody cares. West Ham or what? Where are West Ham?
Yeah, because we're playing.
Because you're playing, or
mustard
no one
football.
else is playing.
No, we're playing mustard football. That's why.
It's because no one cares, man. Let's be real.
Like football is like, you appreciate football for different reasons. Everyone's got their own reason for it, but the idea of it, so long as it isn't locked, is good. But you're saying it's locked.
The whole Super League thing is a locked thing. The Champions League.
I don't think it'll make it any less exciting.
I don't know how they're going to do it based on teams' history, putting them in it, because
That's how I
you
know.
can't. That
That doesn't seem like
you
it's.
can't.
gonna
That's
make-
how I know it won't be locked.
Yeah, because it doesn't make any sense.
No, not the Super League.
Yeah.
The Super League, they will take teams on their history and then it's locked. But the Champions League, you can't put a team in it every year just because of their history. So I don't know how they're going to do it.
Yeah, but then it's just going to be.
Because Arsenal couldn't get relegated and they're still going to say, oh, Arsenal, you're in it because of your history.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the Champions League are actually going to do it.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't think. I don't think it's going to work if it's locked.
Clubs won't enter a competition they can't compete in.
Super League, they don't care about if it works or not. They just want the big money and the big teams in it.
Yeah, but it's still got to work.
It will work. You can still have, let's say, 20 of the biggest teams in the world in the league with no relegation and still make billions and billions of pounds every year.
Yeah, but you're saying 20 of the world's top clubs, but not every country has like top teams. So then it's going to be like 6 from one country.
But it's not a country doesn't get to pick which team goes.
I never said that they
the
do.
actual
That's
clubs,
not what I'm saying.
the clubs
But
themselves,
there's separate clubs that are bigger on a worldwide basis than
but
other.
it's more money wise, more than fans. Like it's money. It's basically, it's not 20 of the biggest clubs. It's the 20 richest clubs are saying we'd rather make more money.
Arsenal would be
We'd rather make more money playing teams like us every week than playing the lesser teams in our league.
I'd welcome that, you know.
Mm.
Arsenal, like their board will make more of an effort.
Why? Because they could actually.
Makes sense.
I don't know, man.
I think we argued about it for long enough, so let us know what you think, if you're for or against it.
Because currently it's speculation and nothing's written in stone.
Now that the Champions League have come out and said they're going to do what they're going to do, I think it's pushed back. If it's going to happen, it's pushed it back a few years because teams are going to see what the new Champions League layout's going to be like.
Well, there's that, and I think if they are going to do it, they should start it at a certain point that allows teams that don't think they have a chance to actually, like, it's like, I don't know, like, it's like, for instance, when you've got like certain clubs that's like, oh, like this next season, not only are we playing rubbish, but if they're not trying to win the league, then they're not going to get into Europe from standard. And if it's based on European whatever, like every team's goal is going to be Europe then, and it doesn't seem like there's a lot of teams playing for Europe.
Yep.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
In general, like a lot of like obviously on the base of it, yeah, you'd wish your team won all.
Happens now because you just know at the start of the season you got no chance of.
Football needs.
You got no chance of what? Leicester did not start the season thinking we've won this league.
No,
they won the league.
I say, like, unless you get, like, you have to get lucky as well. Like West Ham, everyone said they was going to get relegated and we're 5th.
All right.
Like things do happen, but you don't start.
Well, it's not out of question.
It definitely is.
Yeah, no, but
what 30 something points? 39.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's still gonna happen. I'll be praying.
I think it can.
I'll be praying.
But no, football needs something.
Yeah.
It's growing.
The idea of changing it isn't bad, but
Well, yeah, let us know what you think down in the comments. You for or against it? Maybe you got a different idea how stuff can work. As per usual, subscribe, like the video.
Comment.
Criticize if you need to.
Mm-hmm.
And make sure you're clicking the likes, not dislikes.
I ain't drinking Hennessy no more. Well, that depends what I'm on. Okay, I light, I'm on it right now. Looking for a bad bitch that's tryna bite down. Read 'em up. Anything goes, you know. This where anything goes, you know.